everybody on vibesworkshop.com. Jerry Leek, your host, with some more concepts from African traditions adapted to the Balafon. We've done a lot of work with looking at the Ewe music of Ghana, the barrel-shaped drums that are scattered about the house. I'm filming these in sequence as you see the materials and the drums that I just used in the previous lesson. But that said, I want to now kind of change gears and go to some ideas that are found in Morocco, the Moroccan frame drum tradition. I've studied a little bit of the traditional Moroccan drumming and also the karekab, the metal castanets, a little bit of doumbek, and I'm quite active in some of the groups that actually play this particular tradition, Ghanaian music. In fact, a band I'm in called Club Delf, if you want to check out that, clubdelf, DELF.com. Very fascinating sort of dub trance groove band. Big gig tonight, as a matter of fact. But I'm having fun kind of thinking about how those ideas might work on frame drums. So let's see how that actually works. This is a bendir. It's a type of frame drum that actually has snares. So when you hold it in this particular fashion, more of an upright, there are different lap style techniques I teach, and also kind of thumb hold. I have various sizes all the way up to a drum that's literally this big. I'm looking right at it, kind of sounds like a timpani. But this is a kind of a modern version of the bendir. I have a traditional one that is quite monstrous with some beautiful henna painting on it, with snares and jingles. But this is interesting. It's got a little snare, so it creates that buzzing sound. And the traditional groove uses basically just slaps and big, profound, loud hits. And you might think, well, there's only two sounds. Well, what they can do with it is pretty astounding. Absolutely no doubt about it. When you combine the frame drum and the kareka, playing kind of a swing triplet, with the doumbek and the sentir, which is kind of a interesting goat skin headed bass, string bass with goat gut for the strings, sentir, S-E-N-T-I-R, and then of course the songs and the singing and the dance and the trance vibe really kicks in. Okay, so very general context, frame drum applying kind of this groove in 12/8. Now let me play the groove without any sense of the beat, and let's talk about the sort of elusive quality of this. So here's how it would sound kind of abstract. So if you were just hearing this and thinking, okay, well, maybe it's ba-boom, ga-gong, ga-gong, ga-gong. So this is the wrong way, but this is a very natural way to say that's kind of what it is. Well, here we go. Well, that's fine. It's certainly a rotation of the phrase, but none of the hits that I played are on any type of beat whatsoever. So check it out if I just give you the downbeat. Here's with the four pulls. 1, 1, 1, 1. So rhythm is gravity, and the gravity of the sound and the rhythm is going to compel you and make you want to feel it a certain way. And this music is particularly mystical and magical in that it doesn't, the downbeats are, it's not like they're saying, let's not hit the one, let's avoid it, let's kind of mess with people's heads a bit. No, that's just the organic nature of the pulse and the feel, and that you can really start to feel the hits and the attacks, the groove in all different directions. You say, where's the one? Well, I could answer that by saying, well, which one do you want? In other words, you must be one with everything if you were going to take it to the Zen philosophy. So really kind of a magical phrase, and frankly, I'm an outsider. I'm not born in the blood of any of these traditions, so I'm feeling that gravity right along with you. And so I'm like hanging on for dear life as I'm in the music, trying to really stay relaxed and not think too much. Get to the no mind. talk about this a lot in my teaching. New mind becoming no mind. So new ideas which you play enough and repeat and own the phrase to get to the point where you're not even thinking about it. New mind, no mind. Okay, so if we go to the balafon or the whatever your instrument is, let's see how that would work. I'm just going to lay down the beat right here. So we have it's really based on the 12/8. So what is it hitting? It's hitting in the first beat. It's hitting the third part of the triplet. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Interestingly enough, if I decided for the sake of contemporary ideas, what if I put the left hand in a 3 field? What do I get? We get this. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, two, ba, two, ba, two. Here we go. Now without the foot, it's going to feel like a metric modulation, when in fact the 3 cross rhythm implies the modulation. Really nothing is changed except that the grouping was taki ta taki ta taki ta taki become takadimi takadimi takadimi, our 4/3 put to some new life. So no foot. 1. Back. 1 bar each. There's a very profound shift in the momentum and the energy, and I think that's something that can really, create these illusions of some kind of radical shift. Did it happen in the right hand? Where did it happen? What did it do? Those are the questions that I'm answering for you. It's like musicians, I like to think that musicians really are like magicians. We have these, I don't want to say magic tricks, but this magical way of producing sound out of these instruments that people are in awe of. Frankly, we all are when we see the grand masters. And so in many respects, these ideas, we build these collections of not tricks, but resources, tools for our toolbox, spices for our spice rack. All these things we're metaphorically bringing into the mix to create all these ideas. So these little shifts in the cross rhythms, imagine like a marimba etude, very cool kind of groove-based composition, which can really have a lot of implication on how we feel the music, whether the beat is there or not, whether it's implied or implicit. So very, very general look at the frame drum from Morocco. There's a lot more that can be talked about in that, variations, but again, if you can start to wire your head around some of these feels and sounds, then it's one more thing for us to be able to enjoy, and another challenge that we can work on. I'll try to include some links. The handout, I just give you a couple examples. I think I do reference the 3 feel and the 4 feel on this, so I think the handout gives you a doorway into the notation on that. Video links to some of the traditional music, I'll include those as well in the comments section, and I look forward to your comments and questions and anything else having to do with these ideas. So in summary, just kind of laying down again that left hand, that low register pulse, the groove, the 4 feel, the 3 feel, and working on just the same pattern in the right hand. I didn't change anything in the right hand as far as my adaptation. My two little standby intervals. Okay, that said, let's let you go for now, and I hope to talk to you soon. Well, I will, I'm sure, for another video lesson on ideas for the balafon. Take care. Bye-bye.